Nestled at the end of a magnificent oak alley, sheltered by a veil of morning fog and Spanish lace, stands one of the most precious jewels of the South. A place like no other. The Academy of the Sacred Heart. A school with a soul. Located on 250 acres near the town of Grand Coteau, Louisiana, the Academy is a Catholic independent college preparatory day and boarding school for girls in grades pre-K through 12. Of the 246 schools in the International Society of the Sacred Heart Network, the Academy in Grand Coteau is the oldest continuing member. The Academy is also the second oldest American institute of learning west of the Mississippi River.
At the beginning, it was evident that Grand Coteau would be involved in the war. There were many of the students, because they were all boarders in those days, who went home. But there were some parents who felt that their daughters were much safer at the school, at the convent in those days, than at home. Now, there were problems, though, because when the Federal Army came near Grand Coteau, the nuns realized that they would certainly be coming around to, what they did. They raided any houses, which was part of war, And so the superior, Mother Martinez, who was the superior of the house, knew that the daughter of General Banks, was at our school in New York. So she wrote to the superior, the Mother Superior in New York, and asked her to speak to Mrs. Banks and to tell Mrs. Banks what to tell her husband. So anyway, the communication went through, and General Banks wrote the most beautiful letter to the superior saying how they would protect the school, and certainly he realized that they would be short on supplies, and so they were very happy that the general sent a lot of supplies. But the most interesting thing is, at the end of the letter, he said, if any soldier was found on the grounds, that he would be shot right off.
It is often said that the Academy in Grand Coteau is the soul of the Sacred Heart Network. And to anyone who has visited Grand Coteau, it is clear that the Academy's own soul resides in the education it offers and in the magnificent historic main building on the second floor in the small, simple chapel of St. John Berkman. Originally an infirmary for resident nuns, it is in this sanctuary that an authenticated miracle occurred. In 1866, the novice Mary Wilson lay near death in excruciating pain, her body wasted by a chronic disease. After the sisters offered a novena to the Blessed Berkman, he appeared to Mary Wilson and cured her. Begun in 1830, the main building is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Today, it shelters the Academy's elementary classrooms. Every day, students walk the very same polished oak floors where past generations of women have trod. Glass window panes imported from France in the early 1800s still frame visions of the lovely gardens outside. Because of its extraordinary spiritual and historical significance, ongoing preservation of the main building is of prime importance to all who cherish this exquisite structure. Total yearly enrollment at the Academy averages 350 students who are accepted from a wide variety of religious and ethnic backgrounds. The curriculum is college preparatory, and graduating classes boast a 100% college acceptance rate. Special emphasis is placed on math, science, and computer literacy, disciplines that become more important every year. Because of the Academy's low student-to-teacher ratio, each student can expect her education to be individualized. Teachers are careful to respect, nurture, and maximize each student's individual strengths and talents, guaranteeing that she reaches her highest personal potential.
I know that the people here really care about the heart of my child, and they don't just have specific goals for like the 7th grade to learn about this in math or learn about this in history. When I talk to the teachers, they say these are the goals for your child. This is what we want for your child, and they don't group them all together. They find what's different about each child and they celebrate it. They educate the whole person here and not just the mind. They educate the heart, the soul, the spirit.
The environment here is one of the most important things I think the school brings to the child's experience, to the student's experience. A loving environment, it's an environment that's filled with God and His holiness. It's an environment that puts the child first, puts the student first. And it's clear from looking at the goals and guidelines that the school puts forward as a context for the education to how you see teachers relate to students. It's a loving environment and it's very conducive to learning.
The Academy also offers a well-rounded selection of extracurricular activities, such as social service, drama, quiz bowl, team sports, and horsemanship, including dressage and show jumping. Nurturing the whole student and creating leaders takes more than a traditional education. It takes spiritual and social guidance. To accomplish this mission, the Academy's philosophy is articulated in the 5 goals of Sacred Heart education. Goal number 1, a personal and active faith in God.
I love the fact that in this school, like, they have religion class, but they don't teach it like they want to change religions, you know. They respect the fact that not everybody has the same religion. Here they have a lot of activities that make your faith better, you know. All my life, it has meant a lot. And they keep traditions that help you.
Goal number 2, a deep respect for intellectual values.
Academics are very important. School like this, it's almost like you're expected to achieve and be the best you can be. I've been involved in a few things in here academically. I'm the captain of the Quiz Bowl team. We just had our big tournament, which we won. We beat all the boy teams. Being in an environment like Sacred Heart makes you want to do all you can do and be all you can be, and it's great preparation for college.
Goal number 3, social awareness which impels to action.
People need to know that we are not as sheltered as some people think we are. We know what's going on in our community. We try our best to help. I work one-on-one with the kids in 3rd grade classes. Every now and then I help them out with problems and things. I love kids, and so whenever I get to help them, I feel like I'm really doing something that's going to make an impact on their lives. It's important because where would our world be if nobody else cared about anybody else?
Goal number 4, building of community as a Christian value.
Our community at Sacred Heart extends from the students to faculty to alumni members.
So it's a very broad community, and inside such a large perimeter, everyone is very close. I do think that we have a very family-oriented community at Sacred Heart because of the fact that, like when you're freshmen, we have building community day, and it's basically a retreat for the freshman class. It's at school. A lot of bonding goes on between the freshmen and your classmates, and that helps build family right when you get into high school.
And goal number 5, personal growth in an atmosphere of wise freedom.
One of the things that's been most instrumental in my education has to be the atmosphere of wise freedom. And this atmosphere of wise freedom, really what it means is that I've been given a lot of room to expand myself and to grow and to test my boundaries and to test what I feel I can do. I've been given that room now to test it out as a student so that by the time I graduate, I've already practiced that role of being an independent, assertive young woman, and I know how to handle freedom.
Many graduates of the Academy of the Sacred Heart have gone on to become some of the most respected and successful women in their fields. Women who have passed the spirit of the Academy on to future generations through their children and in the workplace. Through a unique mentoring program, seniors are provided with a special advantage offered by few schools. Students are paired with an alumna who has become successful in the student's chosen profession. Together, they plan a strategy that will enhance the young graduate's chances of success. Since its founding in 1821, the Academy and its patrons have lovingly preserved an unbroken tradition of transformation. The transformation of young women into confident, courageous leaders of tomorrow.
I have two daughters here at the Academy, 7th and 8th grade. They get up in the morning eager and excited to go to school. They absolutely have a loving, warm feeling about the school.
I would say, for my husband and myself, one of the most important aspects of Sacred Heart is the girls leaving here being independent, self-sufficient, ready to take on college without feeling that they're not prepared for college. Or society, they're made very aware of the world around them and the people and the different needs that people have. And they are allowed to experience that and to become a part of it and to try to help others. That's very important.
When a young woman completes her education at the Academy, she is eminently prepared to meet any challenge the future may hold. A woman of communion and compassion, she is prepared not only with a world-class education, but with wisdom, grace, and self-confidence. Even though graduates leave the Academy of the Sacred Heart physically, each young woman leaves a bit of her spirit in Grand Coteau, and each in turn takes the spirit of the Academy with her to hold dear throughout the rest of her life.
This is the story of Petroleum Helicopters Incorporated, the total helicopter company. For more than 50 years, PHI has been the industry leader of unsurpassed safety and service in helicopter transportation. We set the standards for the entire industry, and the PHI standard underlies all areas of our operation: domestic oil and gas, international, air medical, and technical services. This standard is exemplified by our team of aviation professionals responsible for the operation and maintenance of our fleet, one of the largest commercial helicopter fleets in the world. The standard of excellence for the commercial helicopter industry was set in Louisiana's coastal marshes more than a half-century ago. Rotary wing aviation as a civilian business venture was in its infancy when Bob Suggs, who has been called the father of commercial helicopter service, launched Petroleum Helicopters Incorporated. Beginning with 3 Bell 47 helicopters, PHI pioneered helicopter service to the offshore oil and gas industry. As the needs of that industry changed over the years, PHI steadily increased the size of its fleet and the scope of its capabilities, expertise, and technology. It pioneered virtually every significant advancement in helicopter safety and service. Expanding our facilities to respond to the rapid changes in technology and the globalization of the marketplace, we became the Total Helicopter Company, providing a broader range of services domestically and internationally. With operations in over 50 domestic and foreign field bases, over 300 aircraft, and 2,000 employees, we are one of the largest, safest, most experienced companies in the aviation industry. In more than 50 years of world leadership, during which we have flown almost 9 million flight hours, PHI has developed and refined safety programs and practices that have given us the best safety record in the commercial helicopter industry. Safety is our number one priority, and as a result, our safety record is exemplary. Another key factor in our outstanding safety record is our training program. We provide our pilots and maintenance technicians with initial, transition, differences, and recurrent training that meets or exceeds all regulatory requirements. PHI sets the standard for service. We become partners with our customers, setting their goals and objectives as our priority and working diligently to help achieve them. PHI supports the oil and gas industry and other customers on a worldwide scale. Throughout our history, we have developed special techniques and resources for operating in various environments, terrain, and climates. As a result, customers can be assured that PHI has operated in geographically similar areas on like missions. We are committed to providing solutions to problems and finding ways to increase productivity for the companies we serve. Whatever the challenge, we go above and beyond. That's the PHI standard. The Oil and Gas Aviation Services Division remains the largest segment of our operation as we continue to provide safe, reliable offshore transportation for major producers, independents, seismic, and pipeline companies. The value-added services we offer stem from being first in developing ways to better serve the petroleum industry. One of our most recent advances is the installation of 2 consolidated communication centers using state-of-the-art computer-aided dispatch equipment and weather radar services. The centers provide constant contact with our aircraft from Corpus Christi, Texas to Pensacola, Florida. The Federal Aviation Administration awarded us the first Global Positioning System Instrument Approach Procedure in the Gulf of Mexico. This GPS procedure enhances safety and improves service to the offshore industry by allowing us to conduct all weather operations in our field bases. Weather surveillance is extremely important in our business, and we take it seriously. Storms and related weather incidents are tracked at all of our operational bases, and evacuation procedures are established. In fact, we pioneered hurricane evacuation procedures in the Gulf of Mexico, and our strategic evacuation plan is a model for the industry. PHI's international operations provide customers in the global marketplace with an unprecedented level of helicopter support. Since our inception, we have operated in 42 countries and in varying climates and terrain. An estimated 1,000 of our employees have been involved with overseas assignments. In some cases, we have served the same customers in the same countries for as long as 30 years. In 1996, we were selected to provide helicopter support for the National Science Foundation's U.S. Antarctic program under the first contract of its kind ever awarded to a civilian helicopter operator. This major, long-term project is the second time in recent years that PHI has been selected for international work, previously done only by the military. PHI Aeromedical Services provides superior support for many of the nation's leading healthcare organizations. Our commitment to safety and service, combined with expertise and experience, has made us one of the fastest-growing emergency medical service providers in the nation. Among our many strengths is the ability to work with customers in designing and implementing a support program specific to their needs. Our capabilities range from small hospital-based programs to the total emergency medical service transportation system of Air Evac Services, a wholly owned subsidiary of PHI. Through business alliances, we offer a full range of support services from which to choose: helicopters, medically equipped fixed-wing aircraft, ground ambulances, pilots, maintenance technicians, nurses, paramedics, medical equipment, communication services, and patient billing. The Fixed Wing Division of Air Evac Services offers hospitals nationwide transportation for organ transplants, intra-hospital patient transport, and patient repatriation. PHI has always been recognized as the industry leader in helicopter technical support services. With experience dating back to the beginning of rotary wing flight, we have expertly maintained the largest commercial fleet in the world, encompassing most models of leading manufacturers. The industry standard for maintenance was set by our technical staff. This standard, the PHI standard, is embedded in all aspects of our maintenance and operations program. In the 1980s, PHI Technical Services began offering maintenance services to third-party customers. We offer customers the experience and expertise of our maintenance technicians in the hangar, shops, and at our 2 maintenance subsidiaries, Evangeline Airmotive, an engine overhaul facility, and Acadian Composites, our new composite panel overhaul business. PHI's corporate aircraft charter service allows business executives to utilize their time efficiently by providing 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service by both jet and turboprop aircraft. The FAA-certified, licensed, and insured charter service fleet includes a Hawker 700A twin jet and 4 King Air 200 turboprop aircraft. The advantages of booking a personal flight with PHI Corporate Aircraft Charter Service: safety, service, convenience, and comfort. PHI's Corporate Aircraft Charter Service also maintains its own hangar and passenger service facilities with a full-time, dedicated scheduling staff to tailor flights to your needs. PHI has performed many missions over the last 50 years, and we're very proud of our history and accomplishments. We remain committed to going above and beyond the expectations of our customers in all areas of our operation. Through the creation and exploitation of new opportunities in domestic, international, air medical, and technical service markets, the company plans to grow and remain at the forefront of the industry. PHI has the most experienced, dedicated, loyal employees and management team in the industry, and it is this group that will achieve our strategic growth plans in the future. That is the PHI standard.